Hello and a huge welcome to this video. I'm Scorpion from How to Do, and today I will be showing you guys how to make this kind of really awesome environment in Unity using some really awesome paid assets. However, we will be downloading these paid assets for free, so you don't have to worry about that. So I am going to continue my GTA series, so if you haven't seen them, go ahead and click the link in the description box below and see my GTA series first. So after seeing that, you will be able to make this kind of really awesome thing like all of this stuff. Alright, but in this video we will be covering how to make this environment. Alright, like all of these, you can see the trees are moving with the wind, the rain, and this whole terrain. So let me just quickly show you how the terrain looks like. So this is the terrain actual this is how the actual terrain looks like. And then I have, this is the rainy scene, so I also have the sunny scene. Save that, and the sunny scene looks something like this. All right, let me just go ahead and quickly show you guys. Play it, and you can also hear the background sounds like the bird chirping and all that stuff. But this is the sunny scene. You can also make this, and let me just go ahead and quickly show you guys in my plane. Take off, there we go, and you can see how beautiful it looks. All right, so this is what we are going to make in this video, so let's get started. So if I come out of this, so this whole terrain is actually made by Gaia. So Gaia is actually an asset. You can find it on asset store. However, let me just quickly show you guys. This is Gaia, and it is not free. It's $67, which is not cheap, but you can download that for free from here. Unity lover site. It's a really awesome site. You have to just say Gaia and say search, or the spelling mistake. The link will be in the description box below, don't worry. There we go. So you can see these all, so you can download any one of them. Like you can download you should download this one. All right, Gaia.unity package. So the link will be in the description box below, not to worry. So you can download that quickly and then import and install it, and you will find this these two folders. All right, so after doing that, you will see that I have this Gaia window over here. So how to do that? You have to go to window and say Gaia and show Gaia manager, and this will pop out this window, and just drag it over here and you are good to go. So now I don't want to ruin my scene. I don't want to ruin my scene, so let's just go ahead and say save scene as. I'll say tutorial scene. Go in here, tutorial scene, and my Unity got stuck. Okay, so what we can do is we can just select all of them and delete them, and also take the water, delete that. Look at my character. And what else? Let me see. There we go. So now it looks like the normal one, and we can also go to here and say this one. So this is how your actual scene looks like. Where's the directional light? Let me see, directional light. Select that, enable that, and there we go. So now we are back to our actual scene. So now what you have to do is you have to go to window and say Gaia and show Gaia manager. This will take out this window over here. All right, and then you have to say create terrain. and in a while you will see that it will make a really huge, enormous, whatever you want to call it, a terrain. Alright, and then what you want to do is you want to come to session manager and you have to say create a random terrain, or random terrain generator, sorry, render a random terrain generator. So this is what I really like about Gaia. It actually makes terrain for you. You don't have to make the terrain for yourself. So you have to come over here, and the border style means your terrain will be surrounded by water, or your terrain will be surrounded by mountains, or it will be surrounded by nothing. So I want my terrain to be surrounded by mountains, island chance nothing, lake chance, like that. You can just tweak these like how many mountains you like. I want some more mountains, I want some more plain, I want some rivers, I want some valleys, I want some villages. And then after you have done all that stuff, you have to say add stamps. Alright, and it will take some time. So Gaia is actually reading all of this and taking in some data, and then you will see that these are the changes that the Gaia will make to this whole terrain. So let's just say play session and say yes, and you will see that it will start making the terrain for you. So let me just go ahead, quickly zoom out, and there we go, it has already started to make the terrain. Zoom out like that, there we go. Great. So select the session manager, it's making all of this stuff. There is the water, and as you can see, the terrain is actually surrounded by the mountains. There we go. So this is what the what changes made by Gaia. Alright, these are kind of lakes. I don't want some that much lakes, so I will just decrease the lakes. And you can say you have to say add stamps, and you have to say, you can change anything you want, like in no time. It will take some time. Yes. And there we go, the lakes are now reduced, as you can see. However, the water is really low, so I can just go ahead and add some water. It's not done yet, so let it do that stuff first. So it's doing that. It will take some time, of course, because it's heavy duty, but the result will be really awesome at the end. As you can see, the terrain. So that's done. Well, it looks good to me, but there is no actual water in here. You can see this is the only part where the water is. So the water is shown by this highlighted thing. So actually there is no water. However, Gaia actually shows you that this is the part where the water will come. So I don't like this little part. I want some water in here. So how to do that? So we can go ahead and increase the river chances over here, and I can go ahead and set it to water as the border. So that will change the whole thing, because that is what I have done in my demo scene. So let's say add stamp again, and it will change this whole data according to this settings. Alright, it's done, and then we will say play session and say yes, and there we go, it will do that thing again. So it's changing the whole terrain for us. It will take some time again, of course. But the actual thing is that Gaia is really awesome. However, it's really expensive. Now what the heck was that? As you can see, there was some water in there, and the terrain is being made. As you can see the progress. There is some water over here. and there you go. Actually the settings are not actually changed. What we can do is we can come over here and increase the sea level. There we go. Now it looks really awesome. So now here are some water parts. Where is it? These are the parts where the water will, and you can change it as you want, like this much. You can add this much water or whatever you want. I want this much. No, this much will be cool. There we go. Now that looks awesome to me. So now what you have to do is, as you can see, the terrain is actually really barren, so you have to add some things. So what you have to do is you have to say Gaia manager and say create spawners, and when you click that you will see that there are these coverage things spawned over here. So the first is coverage texture spawner, so it will spawn the textures. You can change it, however I don't like to change it. I want just go ahead and say spawn, and you can see the progress over here, 6%, and when it's done it will actually spawn the materials and textures by its old data which we have fed it earlier. So that will look awesome. It will take some time, of course. So if you want, you can donate me some money through PayPal. The link to that is in the description box below, and I will really appreciate that, because you know I'm not getting any money from YouTube. My YouTube channel is not actually monetized, so I'm not getting any profit from that. So okay, yeah, almost done, 10% remaining, and there we go. You can see that immediately there is really awesome textures spawned over here, so you don't have to you can see there, when there is slope, these rocky things are painted over here, and really awesome. So with that done, what we can do is we can actually go ahead and move on to the next one. So it's coverage game object spawner, so you have to just go ahead and say spawn, and it will start to spawn the game objects. Okay, there we go, it's starting. So as you can see, there are these game objects being spawned. So let's just go ahead and zoom into these objects and see what they are. So actually they're nothing now because there is nothing, but soon there will be something when we are doing this. All right, so that's related to these things. All right, so you have to just come over here, tree spawners, you have to say spawn, and as you can see the trees are being spawned everywhere. And the good thing about these trees are that when we just go ahead and see here, like here you can see that these are actually pictures. Alright, so these are billboards actually, so they are not real trees, but when we zoom into them and when you get closer, they change into the real trees. Alright, so this actually saves a lot of performance, and this is why I like Gaia. It's really awesome because of this thing. Alright, it changes these things. Now there are only billboards, and now when we zoom in, they come into the actual trees. So that's really awesome. If you want some more trees, you can come back to this tree spawner, and you can again say spawn, but I don't want them to be that much, so let's come to the next one, coverage tree spawner. So you can again say spawn, and we'll spawn some more trees, some different trees I guess, or whatever. And then you have to go ahead and coverage detail, and these will actually spawn the grass and flowers and all that stuff. So that will take some time, however that will look really awesome. Here's some water too. Alright, so it will take some time. So if you haven't seen my previous videos of GTA series, you can go ahead and click the link in the description box below. We actually made a lot of things, like we added some I remember that from here, we added some wasted over here, like death system, we added a mini map, we added some gun, we added lots and lots of things. That was really awesome, so you should see that. It's 50% done. a little longer and it will be done. 60%, you can see over here. Okay, 77, 80%, 20% remaining. You can see the changing, this guy changes into the billboard. And 70, 97, 98 and 99, and there we go. So nothing changed, right? But when you zoom into there, you will see that there is grass here and there, and there is flowers, and really awesome. When you zoom out you cannot see them, and when you zoom in you actually start to see them. So this is the performance, the secret behind the performance. All right, so actually that's done. But as you can see, there is actually no water in here. So how to add the water? So I actually used the Unity standard assets in water. Alright, so you have to just go ahead and go to assets, import package, and you have to say import environment. You have to say that, and then you have to say water, or you have to say basic water. And there you can see there are two basic waters, one is for nighttime and one is for daytime. So you have to just drag and drop the basic water for daytime over here, and you can see it's really small, really small. There we go, and it's actually moving. The texture actually moves. So what you have to do is you have to just go ahead and zoom out and increase the size like that, and then go to top view and decrease the size a little bit. There we go, increase a bit. There we go, and then you actually have to start going down and press alt, hold alt and drag it up until it fills in the water where there we go, there we go. So now it actually looks good to me. There you can see the water is actually looking beautiful. And if I just go ahead and quickly play the game, you will see that, don't see over here see over here, you will see the water will start to move. There we go, the player is actually moving down and falling down because there's nothing to stand on. However, the water is actually moving. That's what I want to show you guys. There we go. Now we can select our player, multi-purpose camera, the jet, the player base, and the double cabin. Press F and say that, and bring them up and bring them in the center somewhere over here. There we go. And if we play now, you can see that there is some really awesome flowers and the plants and all that stuff. There we go, so we can walk around and around, and it's already looking really awesome. All right, so now what we have to do is, as you can see in the as you have seen in the demo scene, that I have added some really awesome rain effect or do that stuff. So how to do that? When I come to Gaia and go to GX, I will see this I don't know what it's called, Tankoi Digital Tankoi Digital, and in there you will see Tenkoku. So you will actually you won't see that. All right, so you will only see this procedural worlds. You won't actually see that thing because I have added something new in that. It's called let me see if I can come to the desktop Unity package, and it's called Tenkoku Dynamic Sky. So the link to that is also in the description box below. You have to also download that, and then you have to import it inside Unity, and then when you do that, you will actually see this over here. And when you go ahead and come inside over here, and you have to say add Tenkoku, and there you can see it has changed some bit. and then you can set in the morning, set noon, set evening, set night, and then the rainy shower, and then snowstorm. So let's just go ahead and say set morning. There's morning, it means really dawn, I guess. Then you have to set noon, you can say the set noon is like that, then evening looks something like this, and then there's night which looks like that and then we have this rain shower. Let me just go ahead and come back, delete that again, add Tengoku and say rain shower. There we go, this is the rain shower, and when I play now you will see that it does not look that much awesome as we have seen in the demo scene. I will show you why, but you can see the rain is coming and all that stuff, and it's looking really pretty awesome, right? So let me just quickly go to my car, which is actually go back to here and go back to the car. You can see now immediately it changes and it looks much better. Why? Because the camera of the car is set to has another component which is called post-processing. It's because of that. So let me just come back to the player and say main camera and remove components. These are extra really bad things, just remove them. And if I just go ahead and enable this post-processing thing, you will see that it changes the whole scene. So you can see the difference right here. Alright, there we go. So this is the difference. So how I made this? So you have to go to the asset store and search for post-processing. I won't do that because it will take a lot of time, or I should do that, I guess. Well, let me just come over here and come in here and say post-processing. Post-processing section. It looks like this. Alright, it's free and you have to download that. Post-processing, that it's free, add to my assets, and you have to import and install that in here. Come back and you have to say create. After you have imported that, you will see their post-processing folder. You have to say create and say create post-processing profile. Alright, I have already made that. It is called, I have made lots of them. We also have made the in the previous video of dying. Alright, if you haven't seen the previous videos, go ahead, click the link in the description box below and see them first. And I have made this GTA third-person camera, and this is the post-processing. I will just show you quickly. So you have to go to your actual camera, which is main camera, which is showing my character. Press F to focus on it, which is showing my character, as you can see over here. And you have to go ahead and say post-processing, not pist, it's post. Oh, come on, where is it? Post-processing behavior. Alright, you have to say that post-processing behavior, and then drag and drop your post-processing profile inside over here, and then double click that. And now what you have to do is you have to enable fog, and then you have to say ambient occlusion and set it to high if you have really awesome what is called the PC. If you have some awesome PC, otherwise you don't have to set it to high, you can set it to low, or you can disable that. Let me just go ahead and quickly enable this thing so that you can see what changes it makes. So as you can see, these are actually the shadows which come from it. Then you have screen space reflection. It reflects things from the that has shiny, as you can see the change in here on the gun. Alright, it changes a little bit, so that's good to have it. Then you have motion blur. That is a lot awesome thing, and I have set it to this much. Alright, and then also the depth of field. Let me just go ahead and see that. You can see the things beyond, like beyond this point is are some blur. Alright, they got little blur because of the depth come on, depth of field. Alright, I have set it this much, and that you can set that. Alright, you can set that. And then I did not added this eye adaptation because I don't like it. You can add it if you want, but I didn't like it. Then you have bloom. I have decreased the bloom to really low, 0.2, but you can increase the intensity of the bloom. let me just go ahead and select my camera base and change it like this much, and come back and say bloom intensity. So it's not actually working, I don't know why. Then I have color grading. So color grading is actually the main thing that changes the whole look of your game. As you can see in the game view, it changed the whole thing. So you have to come to your color grading and set it to Filmic, and then you have to change these things like temperature to blue. You can change the temperature, but I do not change these things. I change the saturation to little lower, and then I change the contrast to this much, which changes the whole look of the game. Alright, and then I changed this to little bluish thing. Alright, I added this shade to little bluish, and there we go. And then I added a vignette. As you can see in the boundaries, these boundaries are little black because of vignette, and I just changed some intensity of it, not like this much. It should be lower, and that's that. That was it, guys. That's that. Yeah. That was it, guys. We actually have done the tutorial. So for the, let's just go ahead and save this scene, save scene, and for the sunny scene, come back to GX. For the sunny scene, I actually added noon, I guess, morning, noon, evening. So it's not changing, as you can see. So if it's not changing, what you have to do is you have to come over here and say delete, and then add a new Tenku, and as you can see, there we go, we have a new scene. But you have to come back to your main camera and disable this thing, because I don't know why they added this. It looks really bad to me. Alright, so you can come to your Tenkoku dynamic sky, and you can change the time of the day like this. Alright, you can also change the longitude and latitude. That's also really awesome. And then you can change this like day, then night, and then day, night. Alright, there we go. And then you can change these settings on your own if you like. The year, you can change the whole year with this. You can change the months with that, and then you can change the days with that. So that's pretty awesome. So that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, then subscribe to my channel, which is how to do. If you want, you can also donate me some money through PayPal. The link to that is in the description box below. And yeah, if you like my videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give me thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, be cool.